Jessica Hecht, and her resume proves exactly why. From standout roles in hit series like, oh, I don't know, Friends.
Heard of it.
Breaking Bad.
Watched it.
The Boys.
Saw it.
The Sinner. To an acclaimed stage career that had earned her 3 Tony Award nominations. She's pretty much done it all.
She has now. She is back on Broadway in Dog Day Afternoon, a gripping new play inspired by the true story of a Brooklyn bank robbery that spirals out of control. If you don't know the story, well, don't worry. She's going to fix that. Jessica Hecht is in the house. Welcome to New York Living.
Nice little kiki back there.
Well, it's so sweet. He was quoting the film, and I said, "Oh, I'm not in the film, but
She's like, I think you don't understand how this works.
It's a whole different.
It's a whole different
Take a sip of
I'm
water.
so sorry.
No, join us. So you mentioned the film. So obviously,
in.
Dog Day Afternoon is a film starring Al Pacino. But the story is based on real events, real things that happened. A robbery that went totally awry back in Brooklyn in the 70s. Did you take a deep dive? I mean, obviously you watched. I would assume you watched the film or no?
Yes, because I was 5 in 1972.
Yeah.
No, I'm sorry, I was 7.
Yeah.
Then really, just let's get
You know
right
what?
into
Your ageless doesn't even matter.
I'm not. Unfortunately, I'm not. But I was 7 in 1972.
So you're like,
let's dive into that.
Yeah.
But I did watch it as I think I was probably a little precocious and watched it probably when I was 8 or 9. But obviously I've watched it many times over the years, and I think the fascinating thing is that the film itself deviates from the actual story because the man who perpetrated this crime wasn't quite as charismatic. Charming as Al Pacino.
I hate when that happens when you're trying
like a derelict guy. But the story of doing something for love or for passion, which is the reality, it was, and bringing people together. And the story is really, in my mind, about this collection of New Yorkers coming together to override somebody's ego. I think that's what I would describe.
At its heart, that's a good log line. That is exactly, you know, there were so many things happening, the Vietnam War, it was hot. Hell hath no fury like a hot day in New York City. Hot garbage, angsty people, I mean.
But actually, again, that's like New Yorkers, and we think that we'll all become a dogfight, but it's really becomes a love fest.
A love fest. How does that transpire, or how does it manifest itself on the stage when you're portraying a story that is both truthful, but has also been done on movie screens? Well,
we don't think too much about the film. When we made it, we really just reinvented this. We just went from the source material. I mean, I guess it's the writer and the producers kind of tried to create an environment that was about this retelling of the tale. And so I took a deep dive into 1970s New York, and it's extremely detailed, our production, and it's actually quite funny in a way that that New Yorkers are very dry, and there's a sense of the humor and the insanity of the experience. So that's beautiful. I guess if you think back to television in the 70s, which was very real, the shows of Norman Lear and the way in which we found humor in social conflict, that's probably more of the world of the play in a fabulous way. I mean, who would deny that?
So you play Colleen, a bank teller, and one of the things that, you know, when I read the reviews and when we hear about the show, we really hear about the ensemble that's behind, you know, John Bernthal and Ebon Moss-Bachrach.
Extraordinary both,
and it's an extraordinary ensemble, and it really does bring those New York personalities to life. And I hear a lot of things like community, humanity, connection, and that's really what the that's really the role that the ensemble plays there. How do you see your role? Because your bank teller is she got a lot to say.
She got a lot to say.
She's very outspoken.
Takes no prisoners. Yeah, she's really not gonna. She's not gonna go with the plan.
Right.
Their plan. She's pretty feisty. So my feeling was, this situation is just not gonna keep me from getting home by, you know, maybe a little later than usual, but I don't want to spend more time in the bank, and I have this great need to get us all out alive. And I think I'm sort of the I'm the voice of resistance. And then I become infatuated with John Bernthal. Well, who wouldn't become?
Yeah, of course. Me
same
too.
girl, same.
I'm not even in the play.
No, he's awesome. I become infatuated with him and with his message about overcoming oppression because he feels oppressed as well. And so, I mean, think about it. That time, historically, I think there were so many forces trying to rise up and say women have rights, homosexuals have rights. You know, and the kind of corruption within the city at that point. Oh, those are all the great '70s movies. That's that's what it.
But so many of those things still resonate today.
We're talking
about 56 years later. We're still having
the same
these conversations.
Profoundly.
I wonder how that affects you in your performance, because we're talking 50 years later, and we're still talking about the same thing.
Absolutely, and it kind of makes things boil to the surface even more, you know, richly and immediately. Yeah. Because you don't, you know, back then you might have felt a little self-conscious about actually using your voice or how to use your voice, and now I feel like it's part of the whole gestalt of being alive now. Yeah.
You're the first guest to use Gestalt.
Gestalt is a good pull.
Thank you for that.
You've never had Gestalt used? Oh, my God.
If she pulls out Zeitgeist, we're going to just have to go to commercial and get a dictionary now.
So listen, we're talking the 70s. We thought
you said you did research.
You did some research.
Oh,
we were actually on our way here. We were trying to outsmart each other with all the jingles we knew
that we grew up with, right?
We grew up with.
Okay.
But we're not going to throw
doing
jingles.
Yeah.
That's for another show. You ready? Go for it.
3 favorite songs from the 70s.
Oh my God! The first time ever I saw your face, Candyman, and let's do like Earth, Wind, and Fire. But which would be the 70s?
Doesn't even matter. Earth, Wind, and Fire.
There you go.
I love it.
Wow.
That was a good
Your
one.
3 favorite movies from the 70s.
Ooh. The Taking of Pelham 123, Serpico, and let's say Saturday Night Fever, because we can't say Dog Day.
Could you have picked 3 more New York movies? That was so good.
Okay, I'm doing okay. And also, sometimes I try to do a little something in the play that kind of was part of the, you know, what we were seeing.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say Gestalt again. So I do a little walk that John Travolta did, because you have to remember.
Yes.
Come on, you have to remember how he just was
Stop it with that DA, with that whole.
Oh my God! And he would just walk around his house with his kind of practicing that. Anyway, that's just my little secret that I've released.
Now you know
It's a little
look for
wink
that
to the audience. Last thing,
see the
3 favorite fashion trends from the 70s.
Oh my God, the vest.
Stop it.
The high waist. And I really like the little hippie fringe.
Yeah. Or the Farrah.
Oh, well, your hair is gorgeous. And
I try to emulate Farrah.
Yeah, the Farrah, the
single.
hair. Yeah. I tried to have a Dorothy Hamill, I think, but I don't have the face or the hair for that. It's really miserable.
Or the skates, or the ice skates.
Nothing. I had nothing but desire to be someone else.
But congratulations on your success.
Thank you so much.
Love that you're here. Thank you. Really appreciate it.
You guys are so lovely. Thank you.
You are more lovely than we. So thank you so much.
That, but thank you.
You could go back to the 70s with Dog Day Afternoon, now on Broadway at the August Wilson Theater.